All right, peace, peace, peace. What up? First and foremost, hopefully the most out of the house, y'all. It's blessing all day. Good morning. I just want to go into something, man. About His mercies we aren't consumed, man. Um, yeah, you know what it is, man. I kind of want to go into something like that because I was actually listening to like uh, for him and no weapons formed against me shall prosper. It's actually ironically enough, the album that's on there is called Spirit of David, but just going into praise music and things of that nature. But you know what? While I was on the train yesterday, I was thinking about it, man. Let just go out there showing that love and kindness to one another too. But when I was thinking about it, yesterday too on the train, I was like, you know what? Um, I was like, yeah, you know what, man? A lot of I was thinking about this praise and reverence because I do need it. To shout out to brother 71st one because I was watching his class a while back, one of his classes. He said, listen, a lot of people on shirt, right now I listen to a lot of their stuff. Like, you got Nas on here, Biggie, Run DMC, Public Enemy, Heavy D, Pac, Houdini, LL, all these people that I listen to, things of that nature. But I do need to start even more listening to more godly music, like no more praise music things and that nature, man. Because it's not nothing. Listening to secular music is not like actually the brother was actually talking about that last night on Assembly of Firstborn. A lot of old school stuff, R&B from the 60s on 70s on up, on up. A lot of that stuff was but I would say this now. That's why I always go into now, because the content of no, let me just go into music real quick. So we talking about this. The content of music, because it's not the content is not the same, but it's just like the quality, honestly now, because now I think it's grossly worse and grossly getting worse. Just the content and the content is the same, but it's just grossly worse. That's why. But a lot of times the content are a lot of old songs and old songs. If you really know what they're talking about, know what they listen to, it's not really that different too much. But I think now it's just getting grossly worse. This is getting grossly more overt. It was more like more like covert. I think it's the word covert back in the day. It's more like what's the word I'm looking for? Not covert because that's not the yeah, it was more. It's more. It wasn't more. It wasn't as overt as to say back in the day with the content things of that nature. Like it was, all types of music, honestly. But rap, but whether it's rap or R&B things of that nature. Well, no, not rap. I should say R&B in this aspect. But a lot of times, but I think it's just getting grossly worse now. The content's the same, but it's just getting really bad. It's more overt now. So, and I always say, listen, there's there's a difference between evil and grossly evil. Like it is like when something's grossly it's mean it's getting even heightened. Like kind of like what Yahushua said in Matthew 24, the world wax colder and colder. It was cold during this time and more evil during that time, but it's just getting worse. So but then still it's nothing new under the sun. So you can't be what's the where have this utopian thought, romanticize the past too much, or let's look when people say that that nostalgia factor. You can't that you gotta have look at things in context too, nothing new under the sun. Things even during this time period, but that's neither here nor there. But cause my bad, y'all, I just digress. But I wanted to say that because he actually touched on that last night. But anyway, man, I just wanted to touched on this while I was listening to the song, man. The thing about praise music, man, I was like, a lot of times too, I was just thinking, I ran across this a lot of time. I ran across this actually witnesses. I'm pretty sure y'all brothers and sisters realize that, man. It's just it's all like a holy. It's it's all a domino effect, man. It's all like like I always say, the holy mirror, man. It's all a reflection of these dynamics, or these regular dynamics in life of how it's things spiritually with the Most High house shine things. It's all like that because a lot of times, listen, man. I remember, man, a lot of women, they don't want to reverence their man, but reverence their husband and reverence their significant other, reverence their man. And I noticed that, that's why just going into praise, a lot of people don't praise them because you know what? I never forget, man, with my homie's ex, man. I was kind of confused. I was just like, I was just like, damn, because I remember one time, it was years ago, before I came into knowledge, my homie's ex, and she was just sitting there talking things and nature. I told him it was one of the first couple of times I was over there. Things and nature. It was when we first we just first couple of years we knew each other. But yeah, I was like, listen, what do you like most best about him? What was your she said And I remember her saying this. She said, like, she like whispered to me on the couch. She said, "Oh yeah, I do." Like, she said she wanted to say something, but she said, "But she said I just don't want to big him up. I don't want to gas him up." I'm like, and my mom, I told her, I said, "No, you're supposed to do that, things of that nature." But you know what it is too. A lot of like even the sister, like a woman I was talking to, like a few months ago, man, I was like, this was kind of a like red flag too. I was just like, not a red flag, but it's like, but I get it's in their nature, but a lot of times, not all women though, because some women they actually like, not actually no, I'm not in their nature. Let me not say that about women, because some women they love their husband, they reverence their husband, man. And I'm spiritually talking as well, man, where I'm going with this, but yeah, well, I was on the phone with her, things and nature. She said, listen, because she was talking about like, she had a child. She was talking about her child's father. She said, I would never tell him this, but she said a lot of who I am is because of him and things of that nature. I was just like, yeah. I was smiling. I was like, yeah, exactly, because y'all know, like, because like y'all know y'all just don't want to, because you know what it is too. Y'all don't want to tell them that, because like because you know what it is too. It's the same dichotomy, but I'm about to get into because is because a lot of times, like, women, they feel like reverencing like, their husband, reverencing their man, their significant other. Because I'm talking about this in the word, out the word, pretty much, but mostly in the word. But well, pretty much no, in the word, out the word, it doesn't matter. But a lot of times too, they feel like that's going to make them lesser. That's going to, like, they don't, it's all about humility. They don't want to be humble in that aspect. They feel like it's taken away from them. So let's go with Jeremiah 6:2, because a lot of times that's why, like, I'm seriously, that's what I'm even talking about now, because that's what a lot of, like, the woman pretty much being, let's get this Jeremiah 6:2, being the nation of Israel. That's why they don't give, like, that comes with that you know um comes with that that pride, things in nature. Let's get to Jeremiah 6:2. It says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So yeah, man. So that's a lot of times, like, the woman, us, like, a lot of times we don't. This as a nation as a whole, like, we don't want to, praise and give the Most High Yahushua, because it feels like that's why a lot of people don't serve the Most High Yahushua, or don't want to give praise or reverence the Most High. Because that's a one reason. Because two, I will kind of go into reasons a lot. Because one is love, never been love, or betrayal. Like, I can shape the reason why. Like, listen, the people that were supposed to love him didn't, or one, sometimes people did get the love, they just didn't get the love that, like, they didn't want, they didn't think that they were supposed to get. But some people got that, like the Brother Assembly's first one said, or a lot of it's betrayal. People been betrayed, so it's like, okay, people that were supposed to love me and didn't love me, and people like I thought could trust, or thought I could thought that one betrayed me, or they did, or I've just been betrayed. And people got to realize too, this is a part of it. I mean, I get it. Everybody's mentality is different, things in nature. But one, that's like, the game is game, life is life. That's going to happen. Like, like how I said, offenses will come, things in nature. Sometimes life is life, but and also too is like, whether you in the word, out the word, don't put any man above what is written too. I say that a lot of times too. I say that to people a lot of times too. Like, of course, even you can't put yourself above what is written, man. Actually, that's what that I was actually watching that Michael Douglas movie. Well, wasn't watching it, but I watched it last year. But I watched a video about it, Deval Eye video about going to the spirit and psychology of his character, and that's just like that's the scripture that popped to mind easily, like, when I was watching that video or watching that movie, things, and they just called Michael Douglas movie, came out 31 years ago, 1993. It's called Falling Away. He just, like, if y'all can watch it, it's a man. He just snaps. He just reaches breaking point. But that's just, I'm not gonna go too far into that. But yeah, that just goes into that perfect example, not putting yourself above what is written. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is too, man. Because it's like a lot of times too. That's why people don't praise the Most High Yahshua or give them their reverence, man, because they feel like, because they actually I think, was it in the Malcolm X movie, things of that nature, or like, yeah, it was in the Malcolm X movie, or things. I think Brother Chronicles of Judah touched on this, man. Well, when he first converted to Islam, things of that nature, and like, he had a problem. Well, not, I'm not saying this. I'm saying this in the aspect of the Most High Yahushua. He had a problem, like, just getting down on his knees, like, that like, that humbling himself. It took a lot, like, things of that nature. But you don't realize this though. But a lot of times you don't realize that the Most High and Yahushua, like, when you do that, man, they're gonna you're gonna you're gonna get exalted even more. But that shouldn't even be the case, because that let's get, like Isaiah says, they are the reward. But this knowing them, just like experiencing them, like because certain women like that, man. It's like, listen, I want to be with you, like no matter what, like like a woman like that, man. You keep her, like don't ruin that, man. Seriously, because I talked about that a while back. Like a lot of times men ruin things with a good woman. Don't ruin that, man. Like they just won't be in your presence, man. There's nothing like that. That's like why the Most High in your house, I was pleased with certain men in this book, our forefathers, man, because they loved him no matter what, man. So they just love knowing him, man. So that's just is what it is too. But yeah, man, a lot of times women feel like that would take away from them, man. That would take away from, like they don't want to they don't want to acknowledge something that's greater than them, honestly. Like because the man is greater than the woman. That's it. Because just like the Most High house is greater than us. Like he's like our husband is greater than us. Like that's it's all a domino effect. It's all a reflection. Like things that nature. It's all about. Let's get this First Peter though real quick though, man. Because yeah, man, because we really good. Going into the Proverbs 31 woman that I mentioned the other day, like, she delights in doing what she does, man. Reverencing her, man. So, reverencing her husband, man. So, let's grab this First Peter 5 and 6. So, it says, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time. So, yeah, man, like, like humility, you're going to get exaltation. You're going to get that. And you're going to be greatly beloved in heaven, as Daniel. You're gonna get break heaven and here, man. Like that's just is what it is, man. So, but a lot of times women, they think that reverencing their man takes away from them. But a lot of times too. But a lot of times too, it's like it's they want it to be all about them. It's not all about you. It's not like that's why a lot of times you see the current state of that. The women, they're not gonna get married, or well, they could be married, but they're not gonna be actual wife, because they're gonna realize, like majority of them that we see, they realize that it's not all gonna be about them. Same here, like same spiritually, like a lot of them won't become. Let's get into it, man. Let's go to Luke real quick. Same here. So it's all just talking about that marriage things of that nature. Let's get Luke chapter 14 verse 23. And the Lord and the Lord said unto him, and unto the servant, go into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say unto you, none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper. So yeah, man, that's why a lot of people won't, like, speaking of marriage, a lot of people won't even come bend to the marriage of the Most High house, because that comes to humility, man. So but like Sirach says, pride wasn't made for man. Pride is when one departs from his maker, man. Like that's an abomination to the Lord, man. So a lot of times it's gonna feel like what acknowledging you. A lot of people don't not going to acknowledge something that's greater than them, because once you come in His Word, like that's why I'm always say, like, now I'm realizing that it's not all just about us. Like He comes in, the Most High house comes in volume of the book, man. We play a big, like, in this, like, our we play a big role in it. Like that's what I learned about doing that even movie over the summertime, man. Like I played a big role in it, but just being part of that process, that was enough for me, man. I was an extra in it. I didn't have a I didn't have, like, I was there in the movie. I was extra in it, but just being part of that, having a big role in it, that was enough for me, man. So, like, how much more in my spiritual walk that I had to have a mentality too, because it's coming this way as well, man. So that's just is what it is, man. So yeah. So at the end of the day, man, most people, y'all gonna know the Most High house shot's name, man. Just like that old Alicia Keys song. I remember joking about that last year with brothers, man. It's like, listen, y'all gonna reverence, like, whether y'all believe or not. So, like, y'all gonna find out. So it is what it is, man. So let me grab Proverbs. No, yeah, let me do it. Proverbs 31, man. Going into that. This is it. This is virtuous, same as the faithful woman, man. So yeah. Let me see. And that's another thing too, because, like, a lot of times too, it's just more this dichotomy as well. Like, shout out to brother sent me first one, like you said one time, and I can concur with this too, because we got even, like, brothers and sisters we're talking about, like, I talked about Proverbs 31 the other day. a lot of brothers where they in the word, out the word, but pretty much in the word too. I talk to, well, shoot, even out the word, a lot of like, but I'm saying more in the word a lot of times too. We gotta realize, like, the brother even said, a lot of drop dead, like 10, a lot of drop dead, gorgeous women, like, that in the time now, they're not really going to serve the Lord, man. Because why? Because you got to think about the psychology and of it, man, the spirit behind it. Because think about their whole life. Because a lot of times too, there's a lot of things too. I could, it's from experience knowing this. Because a lot of times too, not all of the case. Because this have been some women, women that are like drop dead gorgeous, are very beautiful, but but they do have good character as well too, because like but a lot of times women, like that were like that that all their life they like they never had to work on their character, man, because they've been told how great they work, because how good they look, and that's why they could be. That's why I know Proverbs 30. Since I'm here, Proverbs 31 and 30 says, "Favor is deceitful, but beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised." So yeah, man, that's just is what it is. Because a lot of times too, women like that, they're not gonna serve the Lord, because they've been told, they've been like, or they're not gonna work on their character, because they've been they've been told how great they were their whole life, man. No matter what, like they just didn't have to, because like they didn't they didn't had to do that, man. But a lot of times too, there's certain men that they didn't care. There's certain men they had probably ran across to, and they probably like it was like more of a humbling experience for them. They didn't care about that, and especially a man that it's like, okay, cool, you're beautiful. I mean, I might mess with you, but my purpose came first. So, like once that they tried to, they thought that they came first, like and that in their life, like then the man said, "No, my purpose comes first. This is not like you, but if I'm going to be here, I'm gonna be doing what I'm doing, whether you're here or not." Because I remember, like I said in Genesis 2, Adam had dominion before Eve came in the picture, man. So that's just is what it is too. So that's the thing. So but a lot of times too, but more men, more per se, I think it's more like men as far as like of being status and rich things, and that's not as far as looks. I could say that won't serve the Lord, because mostly that's why like that Lazarus parable, like it's not more of men. I mean, you could say that for men as well, things of that nature. But I think it's different for men, because if you read First Samuel 16 and 7, he said, "Listen, don't pay attention not to his looks, things of that nature, because I'm not with him. I'm not. I don't really care. But the Most High cares about the inward man. Most High House cares about the inward man. But men, I would say in the different in that aspect, because like they never had to do that, because like one, they probably like it was more of like a status and a financial thing. I mean, looks play into it, but man, first like because a lot of times too, that's why like because a lot of times too, here's the thing too, a lot with this, right? That's why like shout out to brother Sammy Firstborn, because he said this as well. A lot of times too, like a lot of like we gotta know how the Most High House operates, because a lot of times too, like a lot of these like celebrities, things of that nature, people of our nation, like these celebrities, they're not gonna come and serve the Lord, because like one, because the esteem, like one go to the Most High House, it will go to them, like for like trying to bring people in the word, things of that nature. They wouldn't get the Most High House. I won't get the esteem. That's why Most High House as well. He uses the basis of the people that you don't know to give them esteem. Then like those people, same people, he's going to exalt them. They're in the world to come. They're going to be like the famous ones, things of that nature. They're going to be exalted. So it is what it is. So that's how like he works, man. So yeah, man, that's just is what it is, though, man. So, yeah, man, a lot of people don't want to get that reverence, because they think like like that West Side Connection song, Ice Cube and what Mac 10 and Dub C, that came out in '96. They said the one it's called Bow Down, like in part of the chorus, it said, and they said like part of the chorus is to bow down to something greater than you. Yeah, you're gonna have to bow down. That's why I'm about to let me grab it. Philippians, man. No, I could get Genesis or Philippians. Genesis 49, every knee shall bow. And also I want that, and yeah, let me grab that too. It says Genesis chapter 49 and what's it called? What is that? I want that every knee shall bow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Genesis chapter 49 verse 8, of course, talking about your house. Judah, thou art whom thy brethren shall praise. See, going to that praise again. Oh, I'm glad I grabbed this. I'll praise the most on your house. Judah, who thou art whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy because Judah means praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. So yeah, go to that Philippians. There's other places too, like Judith and things of that nature. But I'm just gonna get it right here. Yeah, man, that's just what it is. And also too, man, like, cause like a lot of times you got, like I mentioned earlier, like you have like but then see that's the difference between like even nowadays and like and also too placed on a time period because even though you still have a lot of like beautiful women in the word like and they are that like they do that, man. They do worship the Most High House shine in their reverence to their husband and obedient things in nature. But that's the difference between like now because like you even had like when we read this, you even had dropped that gorgeous woman that still they had faithful when they were probably serving when they were still faithful to Most High House and they were obedient to their husbands. You had the like of course like Sarah like you had because Sarah called Abraham Lord that's where that hey worship your husband as not worship like reverence your husband as unto the Lord, man. I should get that, man, because there's nothing wrong with that because Yahushua himself said that. Listen, like as you reverence me, reverence your husband that way. So but also you had Sarah, you had Susanna, Judith, and these other women that was actually like beautiful, like drop dead gorgeous, like but they feared the Most High house. They were faithful as well. So that's what because it is too, and that's part of the and that's where that prophecy kicks in of Jeremiah 31:22 and Isaiah 3. Like when we live in a society like where women are being like their heads are getting big, like they're getting gassed up. That's what's going to happen. But but it's same here. Like same here with Jeremiah 6:2. Like not just talking about natural women, but when you live in society like this, when the Aleister Crowley type of world when it tells you be your own God, things and they should shoot. People won't tell you be how great they are. Do as thou wilt. You're gonna be like this. Let's get 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 2. It says, "For men shall be both shall be lovers of their own self, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy." So yeah, man. It says the same thing, man. That's why I'm using natural women as an example, but spiritually, I'm talking about the woman of Israel. I'm talking about us as a nation. But let me get this Philippians 2:10. It says that things that the name of Yahushua every knee should bow of things in heaven and things in earth, all things under the earth. So yeah, man. That's is what it is too, man. Yeah, man, that's just is what it is too, man. It's like that Superman, man of steel, kneel before Zod. No, you gonna kneel before God, the Most High in your house, y'all, man. That's what it is. But yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with that. Like it's not take actually like shoot. But that goes into like the knowledge of the world is weakness, is like ignorant is like foolishness to the Most High, because like a lot of times too like women like the women that like that wear that actually do that actually that actually want to be a wife and things of that nature, they get clowned, they get like they get ridiculed, things of that nature. They get called pygmies. They get called this. They get called Stepford wives. They get called like that. Same as like people that worship the Most High house. They want to reverence them. They the Wisdom of Solomon 2 goes into all that. The book goes through all that. And Yahushua said, listen, you'll be ridiculed and persecuted for my name and things. And so yeah, it's all domino effect of that, man. So yeah, so that's just is what it is. You get mocked, scoffed, things and that you're saying. It's all you see where this stuff comes from, man. So that's just is what it is too, man. I had somewhere else I wanted to go, but yeah, man, that's just yeah, man. Yeah, because a lot of times too, because Ecclesiastes. Exactly. Let's go to Sirach chapter 26 and verse 13. It says, "The grace of a wife is her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones." The solid, exactly. Yeah, let's grab this too. A silent woman is a gift of the Lord. There's nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. I'm read this again. Um, a silent loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. So yeah, man, a lot of times too, because that's when that First Timothy 2:11 says, like, let the woman learn in silence. Like this, that's a spiritual gift of the Lord. Like that's nothing like to be like, for a sister to get upset about, because honestly too, I'm just not talking about natural women. Like, it's because the book tells, like, this same book Sirach tells women men to be quiet, especially men, younger men around my age and being older man. Like, Yahushua said in the parable in Luke 14, but take it the backseat if a man greater than you. But anyway, that this is a silent woman's a gift of the Lord. There's nothing much more than a mind well instructed. So yeah, man, like being silent, being like we about to read when you read the next verse, like shamefaced, something, that's a gift of the Lord. Like a lot of times too, but when we live in a time like this, and Mother Goddess, divine feminine worship, that Jeremiah 31:22, that's gonna be like, that's gonna ruffle feathers. That's gonna be not gonna be as good. And when you read that to a woman, or just read that to people in general, because only women don't get offended like that. You got actual, like, actual simps, like nothing to not the actual women worshipers think that they get offended by that too, because, like, that word simp is really overused now. But yeah, man, they get people. Just people get offended at that just have a problem with that. But yeah, but that's a spiritual, like, that goes into, like, what the Most High, yeah, what the world considers weak things in nature. That's actually you having power with the Most High Yahshua, because being a silent, being a quiet woman of the Lord, that's like, it says a gift. What? That spiritual gifts, man. That's a gift of the Lord, man. It's like, being silent, things of that nature, man. So. And also too, not just the natural woman, us, like, knowing when to become quiet, man. That's why no one speak, no one not to speak, man. So that's just what it is. But this all goes into that praise and reverence, man. But that's where that humility comes in. So yeah, man, that's just is what it is, one that praise, because a lot of times, like, that doesn't take away, like, honestly too, like, honestly, I'm just earth and ashes at the end of the day, man. Like, so that's just is what it is, like, because, like, and I'm kind of glad, like, that's why I like make videos about the power of no and being told no growing up. I'm kind of glad that, like, I got rejected a lot, things, or my upbringing, things in nature, because, like, because it's just like, you find it, like, just being, it's really like, that's why, like, Proverbs even says, listen, tell them somebody how great they are. You're casting a net under, like, under their feet, man. You're like, you're doing them harm, telling somebody how great they are all the time, man. Like, honestly, like, you only do that to Most High Yahushua, man. Yahushua himself, listen, said there's only one good, man. So that's just is what it is, though, man. But, but they think, like, reverence will take away from them. And, yeah, man, it's just like, it's just all power thing too. The power and attention and, like, vainglory, things of nature, like, there's this man and woman, because I'm saying I'm using woman as example for the actual Jeremiah 62 woman, that's being Israel, man, because, like, that's just is what it is, man, because if people don't like feeling weak and vulnerable, but or humility, man, because, like, yeah, man, when you think, like, don't think too highly of yourself, man, honestly, man, because honestly too, man, even too, John 3:27, man, that the man can have nothing where it comes to the Lord, even good qualities that other people say that I have, or that I have, man, I can't even say that those are me. Those are the Lord gave to me, man. That's even before I came to Word. Even I came to Word, man. Things I had, like, listen, I can't say it's nothing of my own. Things of that nature, man. So it is what it is, man. So hopefully this is I'm sure your brothers and sisters feel the same way, but just like even Wisdom Psalm 9:6 says, like, because that's where that goes into, like, man's wisdom, things of that nature, man, because that's why it says there's not just man, there's not only good man, because it's like, listen, all that stuff is of the Lord. So so let me just read it real quick, man. Wisdom Psalm 9:6. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 9:6. It says, for though a man never can be perfect among the children of men, yet that wisdom not. For though a man, For though a man never be so perfect among the be never be so perfect among children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not, yet thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regardless. So yeah, man, all that stuff is coming. All that stuff is of the Lord, man. So yeah, man. So it is what it is. Being told how great you are, and things that nature, and praise and reverence, man. Yeah, man. Bow down to something greater than you, man. Praise something that's greater than you. Because, realize, like, the purpose, realize coming is, man, it's just you, whether you're in the word, out the word, man. That's why, like, even said, like, X said one time, DMX said, like, listen, you judge a man of not only just for himself, but what he does for others, man. Like, Yahushua, he lived his life for other people. Like, of course he died, Ezekiel 36, for his namesake, but, he lived his life for other people, man. Like, he do things for other people, man. That's what it is, man. That's just like, you impact the lives of others, man. That's just, you know, is what it is, man. It's not always about you, man. That's what I'm still learning, man. It's not always about you, man. Coming like why, like that's just something in life, whether you in the word or out the word, man. It's like, you know, it's not bigger than you. The things are just bigger than you, man. So that's why, like honestly, like women should like a lot of women they don't understand that, like things of that nature. So and also too, I'm not talking about natural women, but a lot of people don't understand that too. So. Yeah, man, but cause a lot of times you gotta realize too that's in the woman's nature, like to be honest, to be about them, cause it is too. Like the Bird Chronicles of Judah said all the time, man. He said, listen, like women they don't understand, like until that they had that child, they understand. Okay, everything is not about me. Now it's about this child. But some women even still after that they think it's just about them. But now that it kind of kicks in, that maternal DNA kicks in, like okay, wait, life isn't always just about me anymore. So. But yeah, man, it's just more like having that praising husband. Like, why? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with like, reverence and like you want to do that, man. Honestly, before it's too late, man. Honestly, and that goes into like and that just not even just like on that type of tip, man. That's just in general. Like, why not to tell somebody you love them? Like like why not to tell like somebody like even if it's in your own way like that you love, but it's nothing wrong to tell somebody you love them, man, before it's too late, man. Honestly, even if it's unsaid, man, because a lot of times I get love is actually an action, a word and deed, like the word says. But there's nothing wrong with telling somebody you love them, man, before you appreciate them before it's too late, man. Because like there's gonna be times when time and chance happens to everybody. Because when that time does come, you gonna wish you did, man. So. That's just is what it is too, man. But I get it. Everybody's different, man. Because my grandpa that passed away, his love was more action. And plus this also goes into other people's upbringing, bringing things in nature. Because things in nature. Because a lot of times too, with some people aren't as the people love differently. So I get that, man. But yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Like yeah, man. You have to go out your way, like not be kind, not show love to people, man. So that's why it's Romans will say it's owe no man nothing but to love him, man. So that's just what it is. I was gonna get Ephesians blessing, man. Hopefully it's edifying. So hopefully the most on your house, God blesses your day. So peace.